Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, degenerates, and welcome to the Degenerate Nation podcast. It's Luther Danger here in the Ho Ho Dojo,
The Ho Ho Dojo. I like that.
joined virtually once more by the greatest in the business, really. It's Andy,
Yeah, the
broadcasting
best.
from parts unknown with his very known parts, as we've established. It's been quite some time since we've gotten together virtually, physically.
That's
Otherwise, you've traveled the world, you've done things. There's been countless news stories and things we could get into, but we're not,
We're
right?
not going to get into that today because it's Christmas. It's the time for
Christmas.
miracles.
Ah,
I had a Belize Navidad and now it's back to USA Navidad and you can see my destroyed like window thing behind me and their our cute little Christmas tree and
super
my
cute.
pathetic Bears shirt and I'm ready. I had 12 hours of sleep and a nap and I'm great.
Fabulous.
So we have a concept for you today. I mean, we've kind of like dabbled in it or heavily dabbled in it before, but we're just gonna get right into this. We've been commissioned by the United States of America under the Trump administration to come up with Christmas films, exclusively secular and non-secular at the same time. So their network, the only agnosticism here is our networks that are gonna air these things, okay? So
Fabulous.
it's gonna be great. So I'm just gonna start. I think Mr. Danger has more preparation, which is great, and I'm gonna half wing it, which is gonna be fantastic. But this is the one that we're gonna get started with. So this
So wait,
is
so we're just to set it up a little bit more because
yeah,
we did
yeah,
actually for the first time say, "Hey, let's actually do a thing. Let's do a Christmas episode and let's do movie pitches back and forth.
back and forth
Just
relentlessly.
rapid fire." Now,
Yes.
I want to create one stipulation. You can only use the phrase, and he was Santa the whole time once.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah. Do you have to use it?
No, you don't have to use it at all. You just can't use it. You can only use it once.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, here we go. So, Argentina. Okay. Here's the thing. This guy is a former SS officer. That's so okay, it's Schindler's List meets Christmas Chronicles. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So he's got dementia. He thinks he's Santa Claus. And he starts being a good person at like age 90, whatever. Okay. But he was like worked in the lab with who was it? Goebbels?
Foibles, yeah.
Goebbels? The guy that came up with all the gases and all the things. He was the lab tech. Okay. So he learned, I'm not saying he learned from the best. We're not saying that. But he learned from a guy that did a thing that was really bad, but he was in the top of his field. Okay. If
Okay.
that's a field, gassing human beings is a field. So he thinks he's Santa in this in like Argentine village. And then only towards the end does he realize that he was not Santa the whole time. He is in fact a Nazi and he in his surviving moments he comes up with a naughty list. And it's called The Naughty List.
Wow. That's
So it could
dark right
have,
off the bat.
yeah, it could have a sequel.
Uh-huh. The nice list, would that be the sequel? Or
No, but it's like it gets increased. It's just like a very fucked up Christmas film, and you can film it anywhere. That could double for Argentina,
sure, sure. Okay.
New Mexico, or some type of jungle. I don't know anything about Argentina.
Okay. So you went more with like the uh I mean is it killing? It's
No,
murdery, right?
no, he only has time to do the list because dementia's going to kill him.
Oh boy. Okay.
But someone could carry on his work, if you
Sure.
will. Like You know, like how he was a lab tech, he could
Hmm
have
hmm hmm
he could have an elf.
Okay, I went more traditional tack, right? With most of them, I think a couple I tried to deviate and do some genre bending, but for this
Yeah, but I mean,
first
it was just
one,
so dark. I had to fire off with it. Like, because
yeah,
I
no, I'm
came up
glad
with
you
it
started there. I'm glad you
as I woke
started
up
at the
from a
bottom.
nap after 12 hours of sleep. The very first thing I came up with was an ex-Nazi lab tech.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Um, all right, so I think I'll finish with the title on this one. So this is my first one. A Greyhound bus mix-up puts a streetwise woman on the wrong bus heading home for the holidays and finds herself in Wisconsin, right? Maybe she's from Chicago, ends up Wisconsin, from New York, ends up in uh, New Hampshire. Pick,
Philly, they're like a
yeah,
Lancaster,
doesn't matter. We'll say it's Chicago, she ends up in Wisconsin, or an even wider place if you can imagine one. She
Dutch,
ends up,
Pennsylvania.
sure, she ends up there for Christmas, taken in by the man she met on the bus. Cultures clash and love blooms in Homegirl for the holidays. Hey, now there's a great opportunity for a sequel or shared universe with Homeboy for the holiday that you could follow it up with.
And it's her first white Christmas. There's her tagline.
That's perfect. How is this not made? How is this not a movie that J Lo starred in? In
Oh
like
my God.
1998.
Was she not? Is she? I thought she is all Hispanic.
So you still be a homegirl. That doesn't
Oh,
have to
that's
be bad.
true. She's Jenny from the block, so
Yeah, yeah,
she's not Jenny from the black. She's Jenny from the block.
yeah, yeah. All
Don't
right.
be fooled by the rocks that I got.
Yeah. Is
I'm
she
still, I'm
still Jenny
still,
from the block?
I'm still a twat. How does that go? Okay, so I guess I should go with the next one that just says no. There's no film here. There's just a pilot. A Punch's Pilot Christmas. So it's like later in his life. Does I don't did Punches get rounded up, or he just lives a long and fruitful life?
Yeah, he was fine, I think. I think he just kept on being governor of where
Yeah,
was
a
or
part of a
whatever. He
prefect of
seemed
Rome.
to like give everyone an out like, "Hey guys, are you sure you want to kill this guy?"
He did.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, he asked a number of times. And yeah.
There
He
we
was
go.
doing his job, but he didn't seem nefarious. I don't know. The Chosen hasn't gotten that far yet, so I really
So
don't
he's
know.
like, it's just like it deals with Punch's Pilot's guilt and ultimately his Christmas spirit.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down, so that's a cheat. But go ahead.
I think we'll counter that with um this one I'm calling Yule Log. All right. So
Oh, okay.
this one's good. Holiday Ladies Night turns into a three-alarm fire, and these gal pals get their holiday wishes granted. Newly single best friends, Jess and Sarah, are having a blue Christmas until too many eggnogs turn Aunt Mary's Yule log into a blazing inferno. So, I mean, they're sitting there having a ladies' night discussing who the sexiest Santa on film is.
Yeah.
Which, if you want to add your picks in after, great.
Well, they're
But
double siding it to the Target Santa in the opening.
guess who comes down the chimney just in the nick of time? Why, two very single firefighters, Nick
Ooh.
and Nick. There's two Nicks, one for Jess and Sarah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's Yule log.
Yule log or Saint Nick's.
No, it's Yule log because
The fire.
I'm gonna double up if you don't mind.
Oh, perfect. I like to double up.
Yule log 2, the very next season. Or maybe maybe you need a 1 year buffer because of where I'm going with this plot line. Grieving widow Jess is trying to have a quiet Christmas in beautiful Montana. The cabin belongs to her former in-laws. That's right, Nick's parents. But they're away while the cabin's being renovated. So carpenter slash lumberjack slash all around handsome fucking dude in buffalo plaid literally naming him Jack, takes time away from mending the cabin to mend Jess's grieving heart.
Ooh.
Celebrate Christmas with Yule Log 2.
Why is it called Yule-log? Because of the fire?
Yeah, but this one has a lumberjack and it's a log cabin.
I know, I know.
Don't worry, it's gonna get tied together, but I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna come back. We're not.
Oh, yeah, cool.
We.
Because I'm thinking, like, the Hallmark ones that had the veil, the sequel ones.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
called, yeah, yeah. You got always two or three friends is perfect because it's like the husbands die off one by one. It's great.
yeah.
Okay, so this one is Living Jingle. Perfect. It's about ladies. It's sassy, probably of various races perfectly, and they are living jingle. And I don't have anything. It's just they're living jingle. It writes itself because
It does. It.
it's probably written by AI,
Mhm.
and but there is full frontal.
Fantastic. Good
Yes. AI written full frontal presenting Christmas film called Living Jingle for the ladies.
for the
Ladies.
ladies. A little old Saint Dick.
Old Saint Dick. That's perfect. That's
Yeah, he'll be. I don't know something. His North Pole. Speaking of dicks, this is a great segue into my next one. It's
ooh.
a you've seen the trailers for Hot Frosty. I haven't watched it yet.
Wait,
Did
what?
Hot Frosty, where the a snowman comes to life and he's
Oh, it's Hallmark,
gorgeous.
right?
I think it's Netflix. They're a little racier.
They are
There's a
racer.
Netflix movie.
They did the
Yeah,
Sabrina Carpenter special,
yeah.
which
You mentioned that
great.
last time. Did you watch it?
I watched a clip of it. It's good.
It's all right. So this Hot Frosty, I haven't watched it yet, but basically a lonely woman, her sadness mixes with the Christmas spirit and brings a hunky snowman to life. And I assume she bones him at some point, and maybe they he also has a personality.
Does
I
he
don't
do
know.
the carrot? Is it carrot?
I know, right? I'm sure that there's a carrot and lump of coal
Is it
built in
written
there.
by
But
AI? Because it sounds
listen,
like
that's the real movie. That's not my pitch. My
it.
pitch
Ooh.
is the gender swapped Hot Frosty. And basically, this is just a man repeatedly fucking a snow person. Basically, it's like weird science, but Christmas themed. And
Okay.
in the hashtag Me Too, hashtag Times Up era, I think maybe what we do, what
Actually,
they
it's
do.
time again. The time started again.
Oh yeah.
Haven't
Oh.
noticed with Blake Lively or whatever. Time's up. Time's back.
Oh.
The
All right.
clock. We reset the clock. We
Oh.
Hollywood
All right.
we are. We reset the clock, so it's
Oh,
fine.
fantastic. Good.
Cool, it's fine. It is the season of miracles.
But basically, I think either the snow woman really does come to life, or this guy just get blackout drunk and is just boring holes in snowmen all over town and
Ooh,
pumping them full of hot loads.
this is wetter than snow, baby.
There you go. And I don't have a name for that other than I don't know.
And then it's actually in German or Serbian, and it's called and the title loosely translates to "Everything melts but the heart." And it's just graphic fucking of snow people
Yeah.
in
I
people's yards.
I got
It's
another graphic fucking
very
one. It doesn't
Serbian.
have to be graphic fucking, but it it lined up. I came up with it right after this gender swapped hot frosty. Unless you want to go. I'm
No,
ready
keep
rapid fire.
going. There's no
All right,
rhyme or
cool.
reason
All right,
anymore.
cool.
Yeah.
This one I came up with the name first. Cold spell.
Ooh.
A couple with a dead bedroom try to spice up their sex life by going on a Nordic sex vacation. I
Oh
pitched
my.
this to May Rageclaw last night, and she said, "What the hell is a Nordic sex vacation?" And I just yelled, "You wouldn't know.
You
You
don't want to go in one.
you don't know what I like." Um,
Yeah.
and I
Fucker.
was picturing this is like kind of like a nudist colony getaway sort of thing, but it maybe it's like there's an igloo or like those ice hotels. It's like an ice hotel but for swingers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
they open up their relationship and they end up having their hearts opened by the Christmas spirit. And they found that what they needed was there all along, maybe.
It's called a blow globe also. It's when you have a swinger convention inside a holiday or winter themed structure. It's called a blow globe.
Fantastic. I love
That's
that.
pretty good, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where'd my phone
Uh,
go? I
I
had
don't
one.
know.
I didn't know the title. Go
Well,
for another
while
one
you
because.
while you struggle, guess what? Yule log 3. Sad news for Sarah.
Oh
Turns
no.
out turns out her Nick also died doing hero stuff, and now it's her turn to stoke her dying coals this Christmas season. Sarah goes back home to that quaint little hamlet just outside the big city where she runs into Chris, the old flame who broke her heart from the first movie. Turns out he realized that he made the biggest mistake of his life and came to her hometown to win her back. Did I mention he's a doctor? He helps kids now, too. Also,
Oh,
he was handing out presents dressed as an elf. Boy, he really has changed. Find out what happens next.
he
That's my more
sped through
traditional.
he sped through medical school.
Well, I think maybe he was a doctor the whole time. We just didn't
We
talk
can
about
we
that.
can say that. We can say that whole time. The
Yeah,
phrase whole
yeah,
time is able
that's
to
right.
because I said he was not Santa the whole time. And you said elf he was the doc the whole time. It's
I
great.
haven't mentioned it. Yeah, I haven't used my. I got it coming. Don't worry.
Okay. So you might want to help me with this one. This call is called This is timely. It's a rom-com into for today's world.
Ooh.
It's called The Package Thief. And yes, he's gonna put a ring on it. Actually, that's perfect as is, I think, right?
I don't know what's gonna happen, but is he?
Exactly. But is that really good? I
But
gotta
my
write
interest
that down.
sure is piqued.
Oh yeah. 'Tis the season for miracles. The pack so basically, but you get the ring thing. I hope the audience does.
The
No one
the
probably
ring
has a
ring
ring camera.
ring doorbell. Sure.
Yeah, no one probably affords one in our audience, or
By
they
the
may.
way, this podcast brought to you by Ring Doorbells and BetterHelp. And uh
Yeah,
what are the other ones that they pitch?
I don't know, man. All
All
this
of them.
shit.
We
It's like,
started this with our AG1 greens, and now we're ready to tell you about
what the
BetterHelp
fuck is that?
because
Is that like kale for like
I think
mushrooms?
it's like some green drink powder that people were hawking for a while, but now they're onto some
Ooh,
new
can
thing.
we?
And
No, that's another. Here's a preview. It's the only thing we'll mention of any news story. We're definitely going to discuss how we're coming out with a coin.
sure, yeah, it's about time.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Degenerate Nation crypto
Something
coin,
we
right?
haven't named it yet. Okay,
Sure.
but it's definitely
Name
gonna
to
happen.
come.
We need
Technology
to
to come.
ruin our. We need
But
to
we
ruin our
will
catch.
swindle you.
We will be. You are about to be swindled, just
Oh,
not
you're gonna
yet.
be swindled so good, baby.
2025, we're gonna get them so good.
Girl, we're
It's gonna
gonna
be a
swindle you
coin.
so hard.
It's not a physical coin. You can't spend it. You can't buy it. You can lose all your money. That's not. This is my cousin. This is my cousin Ronald Drumpf or whatever. He's from Belgium by way of Serbia. He's a filmmaker, pornographer, a
Is he gonna
poet.
produce this next film? Because
Yes,
I got one
perfect.
more ready to go.
Ooh, it's got one in the chamber. Let's hear it.
Just when you thought we were done, it's Yule Log 4. Remember Aunt Mary and her Yule log? The one that
Yes,
started the fire? Guess
yes.
what? Now it's time for Mary to get some. Mary's famous Yule logs have been left half eaten and pitched in the garbage by friends and loved ones for far too many years. And now this bitter, lonely woman is taking matters into her own hands.
Ooh,
This
she's fucked a log.
this serial arsonist has been seeing that all those who have wronged her end up alone. Yeah, that's right. This bitch started that original fire. but didn't count on those two hunky firefighters, Nick and Nick, to save her selfish niece and her bitchy friend. After carefully planning Nick and Nick's demises in subsequent fires, she now returns her dark gaze back to newly remarried niece Jess and her also newly remarried friend Sarah. This time, there will be no mistakes. But there's something that Aunt Mary didn't count on: the spirit of Christmas and the
Ooh.
singular joy found by delighting someone new with a classic holiday dessert. That's right, Aunt Mary finally finds some old poor sap to eat her entire Yule log. And it turns out this old guy was Santa the whole time!
I'm gonna throw up a Yule log. That was perfect. That was flawless. I got I got two titles for you. The full package. I'm just gonna do this neck thing that you can't see, audience, but I'm like quivering my neck, like, hey, I'm so funny. And that's a wrap. So that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a porno rap party. Oh, here we go. That one. You know how this is in the news. There's some like OnlyFans models, or I think it's plural at this point. They're just doing like massive gangbangs with their like subscribers or whatever, or just randoms. And I know I think it's with randoms because I think the subscribers just want to covet thy internet's model or something. And so they don't want to do it. So they got to recruit these other guys, right? That will do it. Look, I don't have $20 to send you monthly, but I'll fuck you, right? Anyways, so
I don't know what you're basing these theories, wild theories on, but go ahead.
here we go. So it's like an OnlyFans type of model or whatever the fake site, for when we come up with when we pitch it to Netflix. Um, or it is OnlyFans for the marketing content. And so this guy falls in love. He's like on the set. He's the intimacy coordinator for a gangbang, and he falls in love with her at the wrap party where she's got 500 people's stuff inside of her. It's a wrap
Wow.
on Christmas. It's a Christmas.
I
You
love
get it?
that you just add on Christmas because at that
It's
point it really wasn't anything.
no, like you know what a wrap party is, right?
I know what a rap party is.
Yeah.
The rap parties on Christmas. Is it a Christmas themed gangbang as
No, it's
well?
yeah, no. Ooh, it could be. It could be secular. I thought it was secular, but it could very be spiritual. Be very,
Yeah.
very be.
Wow.
You
Okay.
know, like it's like, hey, you know what? It's a season of giving.
Yeah, it really is.
It's time for miracles.
It is the time. Yeah, I watched Die Hard with the kids
I
and
know
Die
that's
Hard 2.
hilarious. You watch Siren too? Do they like that one?
Yeah, who doesn't like Die Hard 2? It's great.
Are they mad that the third one isn't like Christmas themed?
Uh, I don't know. We haven't watched it yet. I have because it's I guess because it's not Christmas themed.
Hot
I
Tom somewhere in the city. Dude, the Yule Log series. I saw it like the moment where I figured out where you were going. I was just my heart was fluttering, and my perineum was puckering, and
perineum.
it
I
was
don't know if you have that, man.
men have that, dude.
Yeah,
We, yeah, that's primarily a man's thing.
is that the under what?
It's a demilitarized zone.
Oh, is that what it is?
In Argentinian terms, and throw a call back, it's the Atacama Desert between your cock and your butthole.
No, that's the fancy phrase for the grundle. We
Yeah.
all have that. We all. You're like you only men. I
No,
thought
you thought men didn't have it, and I was like, primarily it's spoken about on men because we have this
no,
big old dangle in the and a butthole.
no. predominantly it's not talked about on men. We never use the word perineum. I think it's really only used like with women in childbirth because they can tear that, which sounds like a bad time.
That doesn't sound good. But it
No,
also doesn't sound real. The perineum, not that they can tear it. It's just like, okay, sure. You mean the
perineum.
bundle?
I think it's perineum. Perennium
It's a
makes it sound like it's a perennial. Like it's
it's a
once.
perineum. Yeah, it is. It blooms once a year, obviously. On Christmas, it's called the Christmas rose. Whenever the twain shall meet, a tasty little treat for your visual garden, the perennium, the rose that blooms,
I think
where
annuals
Christmas
are once a year, right? Or annuals
where
you have to
Christmas
replant.
glooms,
Perennials you live again and again.
near empty rooms. Oh, okay, okay. So
So we just showed we know very little about
the human
gardening,
body,
botany, or anatomy, or
botany.
the
That's
human
right.
body.
We don't know
I
about
couldn't.
plant. Do plants have taints?
No, they have what are those things? Now I got to Google plant parts. I had to do this with the kids. Parts of flowers. The
Plant
little
genitals. Just Google plant genitals. The best things will come up. It's
flower
all Venus
genitals.
flytraps like exposed.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Sure.
Exposed.
Stamen and pistil. That's what I was talking thinking.
What? That sounds dirtier than perennium.
Yeah, and a stamen.
You're like,
Ooh.
again, it's not pronounced perennium.
Perineum, I believe is how they call it. This is what they say.
You have
I'm
to
not a
say
doctor.
it with an accent. Say it with an accent.
What kind of accent?
It's Christmas. It's for your
It's
choice.
Christmas. It is the time for miracles. The
Yeah,
perineum.
it's
Per
perennium.
perineum. Or maybe it's like aluminium. It's perineum and perineum.
Perennium.
This is why I'm no good.
It's just the last 10 minutes are just gonna be like different pronunciations of
Yeah, I guess
perennium.
we're done. I guess we're done with
No,
the
no, I
Christmas
have more. I was
holiday classic.
stalling. I definitely was stalling. I
All
need,
right.
do you have any more? Because we're gonna have to rapid fire it. Well, semi rapid fire because these are so good. Like, this is so, like, we're good. You know how we usually end strong or
Yeah,
ish?
we
In a
really
sense?
stacked the
We
content
came
in the
in
front.
hot. We came in hot.
Yeah.
Yule log fucking four, amazing.
Yeah. Well, coming early is what I do.
Yes, yes. I mean, we're not pitching our actual Christmas film, which we need to start working on again, but
We really do because
because
that one's legitimately
it's
good.
really good, dude. It's really good. And I got some serious bromentums too. So, oh, we haven't done a traditional romances yet, except for the snow person and the also the Santa the whole time ones. However, have we done any mistaken identity ones?
No, I don't think so.
How about where someone falls in love in a wax museum?
In a wax museum, or is this like Mannequin with what Kim Cattrall
It's
back in the day?
it's mannequin and a mannequin elf.
Okay, I like how you squeeze the Christmas in there. Does the mannequin come to life?
She comes to life.
Oh, she. I think it's got to be a guy.
No,
Otherwise, it's
I mean
not.
she her loins come to life when she
Mm,
falls for the mannequin. That was an elf the whole time.
nice,
You like that?
nice. Yeah, I think December May romances seem like they're hot now. There's a lot of like
Mm.
older, not even old, but older women with younger men.
And younger elves and younger mannequins.
And young, yeah, well, I'm no, I've moved past that idea. I thought you were done with it, and I was
Oh,
thinking,
oh, I got it. How about a man leaves a woman for a younger mannequin lady?
no,
He leaves his
we're done with that. We tabled it.
he
You did
leaves
it.
his age appropriate wife during Advent okay, for a young wax person,
Mm.
only to find out that the power of Jesus pending, pending birth makes him um what's it retaliate reunite with his wife, his age appropriate wife, after his affair with the mannequin, that he's about to melt her and she says that she's pregnant. It's and her name, what's the mannequin name? Can you guess? Mary.
Oh, shit.
And what's his name?
Joseph?
It's Joe.
Oh, it's Joe.
It's just Joe. It's just Joe. So that's this is
It's just
conflated. We're just gonna we yeah,
this is that one's terrible.
you're not thinking enough conflation of religion and Christmas,
You're right.
commercialized Christmas, right? Speaking of which, before you jump
No,
on,
I got another one.
I know you had a really good point, but this is a perfect time for me to
I
say
didn't have a
something that
good
actually
point.
happened. Oh, oh, I thought you were going to go on. But I saw the funniest thing at the mall. There was two people working the Santa thing. Santa's sitting there, no one's there. Middle of the day, obviously, because I'm there. It's like the late afternoon, no one's there. And or it might have been a Saturday, I don't fucking know, like 1 o'clock. There's no
These
children there.
details aren't important. Go on.
Yes, it is. He's sitting there on a phone, mouth open on the phone. I'm thinking like, hey, is he like checking the list? Checking it twice? He was checking it twice. And then there's this like the front desk person or whatever that sends you to Santa had the fucking headdress thing on or whatever. It's like there's a non-Christian, non-Christmas person, and a Santa on a phone and an empty mall. It
This is
was
it. This is
great.
the war on Christmas. This is the one that
They-
Fox News told us about.
They're coming after our Christmas. They're distracting Santa Claus. He's supposed to have little children on his lap. Where are the children? It's
It's
a
ho ho
Saturday.
ho, not ho 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 job.
Basically, it was great. I was like, this is a great Norman Rockwell poster or whatever, like it's great. Oh, a Thomas Kincaid poster. It's a Thomas Kincaid legacy film. A Thomas Kincaid poster comes to life in Second Chance at Family for Christmas.
Did I show you that guy that paints those oil paintings that like are Trump focused, where like Trump's an
Yes.
old timey football player or Trump's
Why
riding
do
on a
I not
bald
have
eagle?
one for our
I don't
apartment?
know. My friend showed me them. They were fantastic.
I want him
Uh,
staring at me with a bald eagle and like Jesus and like machine guns
yeah, in a big
and
truck,
McDonald's fries. Yeah,
and all of them just have the
fly poop.
hardest boners. Hard, so hard.
It's really a problem. I don't like to be this hard. It doesn't go down. Like Biden's economy. Blah, blah, blah. All it does is go down so far down. Can't even see it. Where's the economy? I'm looking. I'm looking around. Where's the economy? Where'd it go? Where is it
You
going?
know, I gotta say, you're getting better at the impression.
Well, the cadence is there. The voice just fluctuates.
Wow,
But like
we
the
get
stuff, the
4 more
material.
years of it. Four
Hell
more.
yeah. 4 more years of laughing at every side of it is perfect for me. Me personally, you do a
You
more
do, you
Trump
do,
voice. Yeah.
you do.
It's a very contentious Christmas because it's about to get weird again, right?
So I this doesn't go back to what I want to talk about, but before I forget about it, you were talking about man leaving his wife, his age appropriate wife. I want to turn that on its head because I
Ooh.
hear about all these men leaving for a younger woman, and I'm always like, well,
Yeah.
that's no good. But leaving for an older woman, that must sting more though, right? Or the same age, or like just a little bit older. It's just a lateral. Like at least with their younger, it's like, well, he's He just wants
You can
sex.
blame his dick. You can like you
Right.
infantilize your own husband's intellect by doing that, right? And then
But
that's how it's you go girl, but it's really no, you were in this case, in this quote unquote lateral move, you were the shitty person that he doesn't want to
well,
be with
I don't.
anymore.
Any rate,
Right.
here's how we turn that. Let's say,
Mm.
let's I don't know, mid 30s, and he leaves for a significantly older woman. This is where we fit in that December May romance.
He leaves for Mrs. Claus.
Oh no, nah. I
No.
think just it's a maybe she's older and
She's
they were
72.
that's a little too old. It's a little too
Why?
old.
Hey, boomers are
Why?
buying cruises left and right. We can
All
sell a
right.
lot of fucking cruises
Just
on
concerned about the
Hallmark Channel.
I'm just concerned about the friction at that point.
Oh, they have some synthetic lubrications that
All
work
right.
absolute magic.
All right. So it's pick
Plus,
Hollywood
you're
star.
forgetting about the gap, the age gap, the multi-generation relationship, the sexual chemistry. We invented sexual chemistry with multi-gen relationships.
Didn't come from
Okay,
China.
they come from China. We have so they're wetter than a above ground pool. Okay.
Oh goodness.
The inconsistency is great because it makes it so fun and dangerous, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
God bless the guys that can really do it like the voice, but like it's not just the voice. It's like you already know you're in this comfort level. So if you where it's like, oh, he's gonna say something weird or like, but not so weird that it doesn't sound like a little bit like a
It,
tangent that they would go on, you know?
yeah. What it always amazes me, like the how he'll go from one thing to seven others, but not really stay. Like through one sentence, it goes
Yeah.
to you think it's
Is he the
gonna
first ADHD president?
he pivots, pivot, and sometimes lands back at the starting point
Yeah.
accidentally.
We have an ADHD president that was
I don't know if
sandwiched in
he's
between
ADHD or just gacked up on Adderall, but
an Adderall. He just takes it. I like the feeling and his enjoyment. It's see, I slipped out of it because I'm all over the place because of the Adderall. Blah, 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 blah. But anyways, this one is about Trump impersonator. Remember the whole Elvis romance thing? This is about two Trump loving Gen X boomer cusp folk. Super heterosexual, super not religious until 2015, falling in love when they get pushed out of their families by their suddenly passionate viewpoints. It's Brokeback Mountain meets politics, meets
uh,
Trumpism.
uh,
What should we
how do
call
these
it?
how are these two lives pushed together? What's the meet cute?
The rally where he got fucking shot.
Okay, I was thinking that they were charging their cyber trucks next to each other, and they
Oh,
just
that's
they just
better.
hit it off, and they started chit chatting at the at the sheets where
It's
they
a
had the
2025 or 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 version of like the cigarette, the shared cigarette at a
mm-hmm
party or something
mm-hmm
outside. You're
mm-hmm
like, yeah, wow, it's getting weird in there. And they're like, you know what else is weird? Immigrants. And he's like, really? I think so too, despite that we're all third generation, fourth generation immigrants.
yeah.
You know
Who makes
what?
the how do they make the first move? How do they realize that they can't quit one another? When's the first kiss?
The first kiss. Ooh.
Because they're
The
so
first
not gay, bro.
there's not there's actually much like Brokeback Mountain, if you've seen it, there's you should see it. By the way, I mean, no joke, that's like a fucking perfect film. Like we're very our views about culture and ideas are very what the progressives think is called progressive. But the real literally the word progressive that was stolen is means that you were like you see things ahead and you're like heading in that direction. But like it's tolerance to the point where you're like the idea of tolerance is boring to you because you're like why would you fucking care? That type of thing. You have to have that sort of attitude because when you realize going into that these dudes are just trying to love each other and they suck at it and they can't ever really be together. Not just because of society, but also because of society at the time and now maybe, but mostly because they're just broken, right? They're confused, they're broken, and it was a beautiful fucking love story, best love story I've probably ever seen ever. It's a great film, a lot of gay sex, a lot of he spits on the hand. He's like, what, how to? It's great. There's camping. Wyoming is the West. We got to settle the West. We got to put all our people in the West. The West is the best, except for New York and Florida, where I live. I'm from Florida. Great
Well,
state, Del Mar, whatever.
yeah. Now that
Anyways,
this is no. I want to keep on talking about Brokeback Mountain because I
yeah,
watched.
it's a great film. And what was I say? Like, so, like in that movie, I don't. I think they have graphic butt sex in a tent before they kiss.
Oh,
So the
yeah,
kiss
maybe.
needs to be either like the moment or just so like awkward or perfunctory that's
Sure.
like when your dog kisses your mouth. And it does just kind of like one guy's just like awkwardly accepting, the other guy's just like, ugh.
Oh, I think it needs to be passionate,
Well,
but
it's
you need to
passion.
like.
It's after or at a different time, like like incongruous to like the passion comes from the just furtive and like fiery sex that they have, graphic.
Yeah, I think it comes. They're both, you know, just talking about how alpha they are and how that like the
Sigma, they're
women in their
Sigma.
right.
The women that have moved on from them because of their
Well,
view.
they haven't fully moved on. I don't know if they're single yet. I think they're married, but they're married to like what they think
They're
are
married
cold
to the
women.
cause. They're married to
No,
the cause.
they both have wives who just don't get it. They don't do the research. They haven't read what they've read. They don't understand. Nobody gets me. I'm so
They're
glad
not
you get
following the
me.
same X accounts.
God,
You're
they
right.
don't get me.
He's
Oh,
not.
and
He's so woke, and then they're like, "Eh."
yeah, and then they do it. They just
Just like
kiss
two ends of
and
a
they just
battery that
lose
somehow
themselves in it.
the same sides of a battery that somehow
Hmm.
spark
Mm,
electric heat in a
hmm.
porta potty at
No,
a festival.
they don't go to festivals. Those are full of joy. They go to
It's
rallies. They're
well,
full of
it's a
cheese.
you know it's a festival rally for something that is spun off completely, like spin off of a spin off of a spin off of the movement, right? So they are just following the grift hole until they end up at some fucking like comedy musical theater whatever festival headlined by Rob Schneider and they fuck in a porta potty and it's graphic.
And what's it
Every
called? What's this
everything
movie? This
is
is at
hold
Christmas
on.
time, right?
Yeah. Everything is well, obviously. Everything is shown from the belly button up because you want to see and it's compact and you really want to see it. You want to see
Sure,
their, oh my God,
sure.
this is what it can be like.
Are they maybe hesitant to not sure which one will accept the other? You know, as
Yeah, yeah.
and
But you don't
physically in a
see you're just seeing this like they're trapped in a phone booth, literally, but it's a
they're jockeying for position. They don't know.
yeah, they're jockeying, they're posturing, they're finding their true viewpoint, their true North Star.
Hmm.
So it's called ooh, what should it be called? It's got a lot of Rob Schneider bits in it during their moment where they really fall for each other. It's really like heavily also a Rob Schneider concert film. It's heavily that, you know.
Sure.
What so we need a great title for this, right?
Yeah, we really do. Let's brainstorm. Let's take, the
The
foreseeable
rest of the
future.
time. The Christmas Village. I don't know. The what is it? Because it's not Trump relate. It's like it's either directly like all these spin-offs of the Trump movement or the MAGA or whatever. Make Christmas gay again. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, uh, what? No, that's more Easter related. Rising. Um, oh, oh,
Make Advent graphic again.
okay. You're gonna go with the MAGA line or
No,
play on that.
I mean
No, that's
it's
fine.
no, it's just the way that the brain meanders to the actual true destination.
Mhm.
You know, when you're putting we're trying to put that star on top of our very non-secular Christmas tree, okay? Very
Yeah.
also cut from the earth, sold by Boy Scouts who have not been diddled. Like
Hmm.
very American Christmas, a very American experience, okay? Of
Yeah.
listening to conservative radio, like conservative online radio for 11 hours during a Christmas trip. That finally is the last straw for the entire family.
Sure. I'm picturing the cover or like I mean you wouldn't have the DVD cover anymore, but that one
Hmm.
shot, right, where it's these two
Yeah.
guys face to face and
Yeah.
it says on the top like ABC Alpha Bottoms Christmas.
A very bottom Christmas.
Alpha. They're both alphas. Alpha's bottom.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, like
okay. Didn't get you. That's fine.
this Sigma Star. I don't
We're
Rob
not quitting.
Schneider. It's We're
I
not
won't
quitting.
quit
There's
this.
no, I will not quit you. I can't quit you. Seriously, like turn off this show and go watch Brick Mountain. Like eventually, let us finish. Let us finish. However, if you're out there in Indonesia and you're like, I can't watch Brokeback Mountain, fucking pirate it, dude. The East loves to pirate shit. Okay, so
I mean,
look
it was
up to
directed
your
by
northern.
Ang Lee. It's celebrated in the Far East, is it not?
No, they don't celebrate that guy. I mean, first off, that's a great fucking film. Like, my God, is it good? Um, yeah, we gotta close strong,
Yeah.
because Joker would have wanted it that way.
Mm.
There's also like really great female nudity in Brokeback Mountain as like a nod to the enlightened. The enlightened bros are just like, I heard this is gonna be a good film. I'm gonna give it a shot, and they're like, that's Anne Hathaway's titties.
Mm.
Nice. I'm
I know
very
there's
progressive.
this is already a movie title, but
Yeah,
the right stuff, right
the
thing.
right stuff. Yeah, the right stuffed. Uh,
Yeah.
what is that? What is that thing that catches the sap on your Christmas tree? What is that called? You know what I'm talking about? That like blanket thing? The tree, though, you
Tree
put the
skirts?
blanket
It
over
doesn't
it, but
catch this.
it's the tree, whatever. The thing that you put the blanket goes around the thing.
Oh, the tree stand.
Oh, the tree stand. The last Christmas stand.
We're not there
The
yet.
last tree stand? No, but like the Boy Scouts, like there could have been the meet cutes and the thing around their sons, you know?
Oh, are
They're
there Boy
not
Scouts?
Scoutmasters. Yeah.
They okay? So that's where these Cybertruck they park their Cybertrucks next to each other at
Well,
the
they're
Chargers to go to the Boy Scout treat stand and complain about their wives. So now we got a Boy Scout angle.
I think their lives are become interlinked. I think we just give nuggets and it's going to come together as far the come together. The actual like storylines and plot lines, but you're like these cultural like conflations are key to the story because you're really bringing in the Aaron Rodgers types. You know what I mean? That are like, I didn't like him when he was. I wasn't really a Packers guy, but like he was dating these Hollywood actresses. And then, but like, hey, he's really right about 9/11 and ivermectin and whatever the fuck else. And to the point where you're like, well, he was right about something, but it's like they get into this um much like much like anyone say that adopts religion, like well after they've heard all the stories about religion, and they're like, I'm picking that one at 37. Like no religious upbringing whatsoever, and you're just like, "Eh." Like you're reading it from a menu, like, I'll take that, you know? But they plunge themselves into this lifestyle, is what I'm saying. Like that in a way that never happened with other politicians. Maybe parties or maybe like factions of parties, or sports teams even, but not like to the point where it's like it becomes your religion. But it's centered around, it's orbited around one person, but the orbit grows and grows and grows. The universe expands, 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 right? So they're talking about everything in this Boy Scout stand, and then realize, and they part ways. You don't think they're going to see each other again, right? It just keeps their lives keep intertwining as the climate keeps changing, heading to some type of perceived cultural apocalypse, perceived by them and all their echo chamber, right? And you have to show the dance of the families getting like the seeds planted, the families pushing away. Also, every time it's real trees, and the real trees these days suck. And it's like, I've read they're getting skinnier. I prefer them a little bigger. Unless they're women, let's be clear. And then unless they're lady trees, then they should be nice and rotund, they're a nice rump. I like a rump. Trump likes a rump on the tree, on the bottom. I like the needles to be, firm. But like you keep seeing that the needles like falling on the trees. That it's like the cracks are showing, right? And the advent calendar is ticking down, and it's like, how do they fall in lust and in love? How do they literally get fucked by their hero through each other in a porta potty as Rob Schneider performs?
And they are their own hero, right? They're each other, like they would love it if Trump could fuck them for Christmas, right? Or
Trump fucking into Christmas. So
Elon,
what is yeah?
or
So what is the title that really lands on that concept
mm-hmm.
that America is just a steady procession of disinterested rich people suddenly becoming interested in fucking you? You know? It's like we're just horrors. Sometimes we're whores for Christ. Sometimes we're whores for Santa. Sometimes we're whores for Black Friday or something
I
parts
tell
in
you, if
between.
with the right tone, the right cinematographer, this is allegorical,
Yeah.
metaphorical. It's beautiful. This
And
should be
Rob
made.
Schneider was Santa the whole time. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy whatever. I don't care. We're all fucked. We're all fucked. But I hope you get your gifts. And then you're like, this kind of this kind of sucks. And then I hope it's really hard to return them because we can't return where we're going. Where we're going, there are no receipts, okay? Because the information, the gatekeepers are constantly changing. The words they're saying are disappearing as if written by invisible ink on a piece of toilet paper that you took a shit on. But whose mouth is open for that shit? And does it taste like Rob Schneider's comedy? Yes. Because he was Santa the whole time. Okay? Okay? What do you got to say? You're wearing a Christmas Story shirt. I feel dirty that I made you do this with a Christmas Story shirt on. It's a great film. But this film is going to be better. It's about me, my
I
influence.
I was thinking of not going for a pun or something and just calling it a new old fashioned Christmas,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Kind of
or
like
just like,
boomers like the old fashioned, but it's new, but they don't like new, but it's
but
I
it's
don't
like
know.
for older millennials and like young Gen X
Or
people, right?
old fashioned Christmas again.
Oh, like,
Keep Christmas old fashioned. Keep
keeping
Christmas.
keeping Christmas or
Keeping
saving
Christmas.
keeping Christmas.
Ugh.
It's gotta be Christ. It's Christ centric. Oh, the manger, the two men in
Keep
a manger.
just keep Christmas great.
Keep Christmas great. I mean, it's like the advent of love. That sucks.
That sucks.
This is like the greatest concept, right? And
Mhm.
the titles are just like we're like, "Bleh."
Bleh. I know. Someone's listening and going like, I have the perfect fucking one.
I know. Where should they contact us about that.
Degenerate Nation at, I don't know the email. Degenerate Nation at Gmail?
Yeah,
Degenerate
yeah.
Nation at gmail.com. Shoot
Yeah,
that
and then
email. I know you got a better answer than this.
should they send us digital cards so we can buy things? Where can they send those? DegenerateNation@gmail.com.
Yes.
Tweet at Degenerate Show. Tell your friends about this is honestly the gift that we'll give constantly because we gotta come back to this concept and we can call it whatever we
Yeah.
call it and then
Just
be
because tomorrow's
29.
Christmas doesn't mean we're not going to keep on pitching holiday classics.
I love holiday films because it's just like you're like, oh, this will be different. Nope. And you're like so ready for it every time. It's like put it in my butt. Yeah. Christmas, a very backdoor Christmas. Okay, bye.